Okay guys, I'm going to do another wee fly today, another wee variant. It's a variant of the Alexandra. I came across this fly years ago. It was in an article, Fly Fished and Fly Tying. It was by Jim McBride. And he showed an Alexandra using this holographic tinsel. Now for the wing, he used the normal sword tail and it was tied on a wee double. It was a great fly for me for catching rainbows. I used to fish it on a long leader, floating line. Especially in the clear fisheries, you could cast it out, just let it sink a wee bit. Sometimes a midge tip was quite handy to get the fly to sink a wee bit. But it was on the wee double, there's a wee double there. We used to tie them on. You would just very slowly figure eight that back, and you could see it for miles. It was a wee light bulb, and then when the fish took, generally you never saw the fish, you just saw the fly disappear, and you would just lift into it. Fish would be on. So I've came across some new materials and I'm going to try and make a wee adaptation of that fly that I was talking about with the sword tailed wing. Hooking device. This is a size 12 B175. Always found this fly to be quite good in smaller sizes. So we used to fish it in a 16 double, but I'm going to tie it in a single hook today. So size 12. Now black thread. Just the usual manner, take your thread down the body till you get to just a point where it goes round the bend. Cut away your waste. Now the tail is red holographic. Now you get different colours of holographic. I prefer this kind of deeper, this more reddy. This to me is it's getting a bit kind of purpley. So I really like this red. So you take a strip, cut yourself a length, maybe about 8 or 9 inches long, and just fold it back in itself. Okay. Just keep folding it, doubling it over until you end up with 8 lengths. So sort of 4, sorry. Right. So tie that in on the top of the hook. Tidy that up, and then cut that. Probably about there, about 10mm behind the bend. Okay, give yourself a wee tail. Now the body in this is silver holographic. So put yourself a decent length of that, and again tie that in on the side. Cut away any waste. Now, you could put a rib in that, but it's getting a bit busy. So what I normally do is either put a bit of super glue or a bit of varnish on. It helps to protect the tinsel. So, first of all, we spot a varnish on there, and then wind your holographic up the body. Don't worry if you leave any wee gaps, because what we're going to do is put more varnish on, come back down the body, and that'll cover up any bits you missed, and then take it back up. So you've got a triple layer all glued together with the varnish. Tie that in. Cut away the waste. Now you could coat that body with some UV resin or some more varnish and let it dry. I'm going to press on. So next thing, natural hen cape in black. Nice wee small feather. Down near the bottom of the cape. Just a wee feather, doesn't need anything mega. So expose the tip. Couple of turns to hold, fold that back, tie that down, throw in a wee hitch. Now the tip, just come in, cut that away. Then take your hackle pliers or your fingers and wind the wee hen hackle right at the front. Keep stroking the fibres back. Put one turn in front of the other and that'll help to sweep the fibres back as you do it. Okay, so a few turns, catch that in. I'm just going to cut that away. Couple of turns of thread just to hold and a wee half hitch. Now, as I say, it was swordtail back in the day we used to use, but I came across this material which I quite like, which is, this comes in the hank form here. Now, you can see it's peacock colour, it's actually called Spirit River. Firefox peacock. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a bit of this. It's a bit wayward, you just got to kind of find yourself a wee clump. It's a bit straggly. So just make yourself a wee bunch, tie it on the top. Now don't worry if it's too long. So tie that down, a couple of turns. Now if you want to thicken the wing, just take that back, turn it back, tie that in, and a wee hitch. Okay, now rather than cut it, just rip it to the length you want. And that creates your wing. And that's just, to me that looks quite good for an artificial peacock or sword. And then using some of the red holographic I had left for the tail, tie in 2 cheeks, 1 fibre either side. I'm just going to take this end round, tie that in, and again a wee whip finish to hold, and I'm just going to cut that extra bit to length. Next thing, take your whip finish tool, tidy up your head a wee bit, tighten that up, cut away, and a spot of varnish just to seal the thread. So there you go, kind of holographic Alexandra. It's a great wee fly for tweaking back slowly on a long leader, floating line or a midge tip, and you just watch it coming through and all of a sudden you will see it disappear. It's an absolutely brilliant wee fly. Hope you enjoyed that.